Hey, there's the music. That means it's time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet helping you with your pet, one pooch at a time. It's America's Pet Show, Animal Talk. Thanks for being with us. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those podcast things in all the podcast places. We truly appreciate you coming around. AnimalTalkRadio.com is the website, and of course, WearingFunny.com if you're looking for some gear, some pet parent gear, some funny t-shirts. They're all there. They're available for you. Appreciate our sponsor, WearingFunny.com. Great place. Go check them out. And for your pet help and information, you're in the right spot. We're going to help you out. We have years and years of animal calls and emails and interviews, and we're sharing them all with you on these Animal Talk Rewinds. Now, Animal Talk, it is for entertainment purposes only, so make sure you check with your local veterinarian, your local trainer, if you have any issues coming up, and we're here to help. Our professionals always got great ideas, too, so here we go, having a little bit of fun. It's Animal Talk.
You're in another one of those moods today, aren't you?
You know what?
It was a nice day. You had the windows down, lots of fumes.
No,
leave the garage.
Actually, on the way up, it was the fumes from sitting in traffic because Kiss, Ted Nugent, and Aerosmith are in concert tonight in downtown Detroit.
Right next door to the Lions playing as well.
Yeah, and so driving through there were fumes, but they were just different. I'm not quite sure what they were, but they were different. Mm-hmm. So I'm feeling good.
Hey.
Anyone got any cookies? I am your fish, reptile, and pet product expert, and sitting across from me is...
I'm Dr. Brad Davis. I'm a slight bit calmer than that. I'm here to answer all your veterinary-related questions.
And I'm Donna Blumel. I'll be here to answer any training questions. Give us a...
We're going to be playing a little fact or fiction in a few moments here because we want to give something away. Or at least I do. I like to give stuff away. It's Animal Talk. Okay, it's fine. Actually, I was taken to the woodshed lately for the amount of things that have been given away. So you're going to have to win this time, folks.
So now he's giving away a woodshed.
We're going to have a color poll today. According to the American Animal Hospital Association, did you know there was such a thing, Brad?
We're in it, yeah.
Oh, well, very good.
Yeah.
Aha.
Showed that 33% of pet owners admit that they talk to their dog on the phone or leave messages on the answering machine while away for their pets.
They're using the dues for good things.
And some polls tell it, and the same poll tells us that 55% of pet owners kiss their pets. So the poll question today is: do you talk to your pet? Do you kiss your pet? We will find out the truth.
Well, aren't you going to poll everybody here?
Okay.
All right. Do you?
Do I talk to my pet? Okay, it depends on which pets. My snakes and lizards and fish. I talk to the fish, but not to the snakes and lizards.
Okay, why are the fish being talked to when they're through glass and water?
Yeah, well, he likes to make like it's a prison visit.
Okay, all right.
Puts his hand up against the glass. They put their fin on it.
Fair enough.
I'll get you out of here.
No, usually it's like, no, get away from the filter and take, stupid fish.
Yeah. 5 seconds later, the fish was, who is that?
The cats, yes, I talk to the cats, and I do kiss them, yes. The cats we do, but not the snakes and lizards.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and you, Brad?
Oh, sure, you got to talk to the animals. I mean, no one else talks to me. I have to.
Do you kiss them?
Occasionally. Sometimes it's while I'm sleeping and I can't help it. Donna?
Okay, that scares me.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that one.
There's a hand up.
Yeah, as a trainer, I'm always talking to not just my pets, but everybody's pets, telling them what a good job they're doing.
Do you kiss them?
Yes.
Depends on which one, though, right?
Yeah.
The litter box licker, you probably don't, right?
No.
There's certain dogs you want to kiss and certain dogs you don't want to kiss.
Well, see, and that's the good thing, for any trainer out there, here's a big tip for you. Ask questions first. Don't just lean down and start talking to the doggy until you find out why they're there. New trainers starting out, there's a little tip for you.
Yeah, especially if you've got a dog that's very aggressive with people's faces, and then you put your face down.
See, now I have a cat. His name's Kirby, and what you'd be surprised about, amazing stock tips.
He gives you amazing stuff.
Yes.
What does he scratch on them? You put the newspaper out and you tell him which one.
No, it's I get
He
the
talks
little
to him.
I put on the news channel and he hits the ticker tape at the bottom. Yeah.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
That's a Disney movie if I ever heard.
Kirby the stock tip cat.
I think that cloud I drove through goes through Jamie's house, too. What you got there, Brad?
Well, I got something cool. This is a fax I received from an emergency clinic. It's not really that cool because it's kind of a sad situation for the pet. But I'm going to read the history here. I'm going to take out the names. But this actually arrived at my clinic today from an emergency clinic. Cuddles is a 2-year-old female spayed domestic short-hair cat who had enlarged some mandibular lymph nodes. We've been giving Clavamox, but discontinued because of vomiting. Here we go. Although she seemed to be improving somewhat, the owner felt she was painful and started to give her 1/4 of a tablet of baby Tylenol every 8 hours after reading information on the internet that it was safe to give.
Oh, boy.
All right. And so Cuddles gradually worsened until she was extremely depressed this evening. Apparently, Cuddles is doing better. But the thing about it is this, I just was going to say, it is the information superhighway, but this is something that I see way too much of. I'm sure you see way too much.
We see this all
It can also
the
be
time.
the misinformation superhighway.
Yes.
For the most part, especially when dealing with veterinary questions, really the place to go is straight to your vet. Don't rely on the information you get on the internet. You could seriously hurt your pet, and it's a sad reality. We see so much of that.
I saw, and one of the things I saw was a site on rats, a posting board on rats, talking about the doses of amoxicillin you should be giving a rat. And, I don't know anything about that necessarily. Well, that was my first thought. But I reckon the dosage looked interesting to me. It looked high because just recently we had gotten amoxicillin for my daughter. It was the same dosage you would give a child. So basically and I'm thinking, oh, my goodness. And one of two things happened. Somebody typed something in wrong. Or have no idea what the heck they're talking about and just want to sound like an expert. Sure. And that happens on the internet a lot. So you got to be really
happens
careful.
on the show from time to time. I'm sorry. Was this?
As I always say, there's more clowns with websites than red noses. So just remember, not necessarily everything you're going to read makes any difference in the world. It could be completely wrong. And unfortunately, this was just a great example of why that's a problem. So I just brought it in and probably broke a law. But there it is.
What's that say at the top? Personal and confidential.
No, that was something else, Jamie. That's not that.
All right.
Hey, it's Jamie. I got to hop on in here and remind you about our sponsor, wearingfunny.com. Wearingfunny.com for all your pet parent T-shirt needs. Head on over wearingfunny.com and check out the vast array of amazing, hilarious T-shirts. Thoughtful, cuddly, and cute for you and your kitties and your puppies. And hey, we take requests. If you have a critter that we don't have represented, let us know. We'll get you connected with just the perfect shirt for you and your critters, showing your love for being the best pet parent you can possibly be. Wearingfunny.com. Back to the show.
It's the only thing I'm going to say correctly all day, so I thought I'd get out of the way quick.
Yeah, hurry up.
Moving right along. Hubba-gubba.
That was a wonderful impersonation. Sounded just like him.
Now what we're going to do is we don't forget we have the fact or fiction out there. 3 stories or 3 facts that we read. 2 of them are a lie, a fabrication, out and out wrong, and one of them is true. Pick the true one and win a prize. Fact 1. Mountain chickens use whipped skin secretions to make their nests.
Fact number 2, a Florida state senator introduced legislation to make the word skeeter a legal synonym for mosquito.
Slap there, skeeters.
I guarantee the words were not in there. It was not typed that way. A Sacramento man is suing for harassment after his supervisor put a business suit wearing chimp at his desk to show how easy his job is.
Wouldn't it be, can you imagine coming home to Sweet Secretions for Home Sweet Home? Sorry.
Okay, moving right along.
What was it?
No, please.
Okay, they play better up here than they do out
I'm
here.
so glad we rehearsed.
We need to get him that special filter.
It's called a gag.
Or I can show Brad where his turn off his microphone button is.
Fine.
Hey,
On that
there you
note,
go.
let's go to Kayla. Listen to us on KFAB. Hey, Kayla, welcome to Animal Talk. What can we do for you today?
I have a question about my rat cage.
Okay.
The lining I put in there, and the pet store we got it from said that we have to use a certain kind because wood chips are toxic to them.
Okay.
Cedar wood chips are toxic.
Cedar and pine are definitely not good.
Yes.
They are, so
You don't want to use either of those products. What I do with my own personal rat, I use shredded newspaper. and shredded paper. I have a paper shredder, and whenever the bag gets full, I just use that, and I actually use that in most of my little critters' cages. They can wad it up. They can make bedding out of it. I also throw an additional that hamster bedding. I don't know.
Yeah, the little fluffy stuff.
The fluffy stuff that they can build a nest out of. I also supply most of my rats with nesting boxes as well, because they like to feel safe and they like to be close, and that's their favorite spot. But I've used shredded newspaper for years, and I've never had a problem. You just need to clean it a little bit, better than most.
Kayla, let me ask you a question. What do you currently using? What are the pet shops say you should use?
I'm not sure what it's called. It's like pretty expensive. That's why I was asking. They were just telling me a fib,
Well, they were telling you correctly about the wood chips,
right,
but limiting it, saying it's only the very expensive
No.
bedding. The other thing, if you don't want to go through the expense, or not the expense, but the time and effort of shredding newspaper, corn cob litter works well. The only problem with corn cob litter, if you let it go too long between cleaning, you can end up with mold. You just have to clean it on a regular basis.
Right. That's true with anything that you're going to put in the bottom of the cage. Any time that you have a little critter.
Expense, I know.
Yeah.
I'm an expense of shredding
I
newspaper.
meant time. There's not expense, but the time.
But if you have a paper shredder,
Yes.
or if you know somebody who has a paper shredder, I mean, I'm telling you, that's the best way to go, because it's a never-ending supply and it's free.
And and your mom and dad have those papers in that file box?
Sure.
Go ahead and use it.
Yeah, if your parents work for Enron, you're probably doing that already.
Report card time? Bingo.
Yeah, there you
Hey,
go.
there you go.
Okay, Kayla, got a question for you. Our caller poll. You ready?
Okay.
Do you talk to your pet and do you kiss your pet?
Yeah. They're really cute.
Yeah, there you go. Heck yeah, they are.
Yep.
See, don't you wish somebody say that about us, Brad?
Well,
Just
not,
once.
Not in our lifetime.
Maybe if you're reincarnated as a rat.
Hey, there you go.
So you're saying for Brad and I, a rat is a step up?
Pretty much.
Oh. All right. Hey, Kayla, thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for the help.
Bye-bye. Pick up the phone and give us a call so we can make your world animalogically safe and sound. I'm going to throw a little tricky trivia out here just for the fun of it,
Sure.
because I like this one. What do scorpions and cat pee have in common?
Scorpions as the band.
Scorpions as the animal.
Because there's a
I was
smell
gonna-
thing.
I was going
I'm with you on
their
that one.
dressing room. Pretty
And a
much
litter box, yeah.
smelling like a cat box.
No, what do scorpions and cat pee have in common?
Here I am, smelling like. There you go. It works. Do we have any scorpions?
Smelling like a urinal.
See, it works.
A litter box. Litter
wow.
box.
Yeah, but urinal rhymes. Litter box doesn't.
The rehearsals here are great.
Yeah.
Is this thing on? Let's do a let's do the do an email.
Okay. Sounds
A
good.
thingy do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, dear Animal Talk.
Congratulations, Skippy. You've got mail.
Oh, I should have pre-read. Why do dogs sniff people's crotches? Wait, there's more. It is disgusting. Every time I bring someone over to my apartment, my dog goes right for the crotch. With guys, I just tell them to box his ears, but when it's a honey, it's really awkward.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah, I'm
Great.
betting this is a problem fairly constantly.
Yeah.
How can I stop my goofy mutt from sniffing the neither regions? Oh, sir. I think there's too many eyes in your life. This is from Tony. From the neither region.
Neither regions. That's great. Well, what you're going to want to do is train your dog to do something other than greet your guests at the door. For instance, having them sit and stay in place of going up and greeting. Give them corrections whenever they do something you don't like, but you need to understand that this is a dog's natural way of getting to understand who you are.
Getting to know you.
Exactly. They're learning your
To
scent. If
know
you've ever seen
all
two dogs
about
greet
you.
each other, that's the first thing they're doing is jockeying for position to see who can get there first. They're trying to check out and see who's who and if they recognize you. But you want to train them. You're right over there. I know this is such a silly topic, isn't it?
So when you call a dog a butt sniff, that's a good thing.
That's a normal dog thing.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
So, but let me ask you this: Tony believes that boxing the dog's ears is a good idea. I would bet It's not.
No, you should.
Because especially where the dog's mouth is, right at the time when you box.
Yeah, well, that would certainly be a problem, wouldn't it? No, anytime you hit a dog, you're going to get two responses out of them. You're either going to get what we call head shy, where anytime you reach to pet them, they think they're about to be hit and they become extremely worried and anxious about that. Or they're going to become aggressive. And they're going to fight back because you've just attacked them, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You should never do that. That's why I said train the dog to do something other than what it's doing.
Mm-hmm. And much like housebreaking, you should never rub their nose in it. Am I right?
Never. Yeah, you've got that right. That's not going to help.
All right, hey, let's go to the phones. Let's go to Annette, listening to us on KFAB. Hey, Annette, welcome to Animal Talk.
You guys just crack me up, you know that?
I bet you have a large net, don't you, Annette?
I do. You are hilarious. Har, har, har. Okay.
Yeah, I get that response from
She's
everybody.
The one.
Yes. Okay, I think I know which one is the fact.
Which one?
I think the chimp in the chair is the fact.
Oh, sorry.
No.
That one is a lie.
That's a fabrication.
But it seems like somebody should have done that by now, doesn't it?
Can I argue that point?
Sure you can. Sure you
Only
can.
if I could actually get anywhere. That's all right. Never mind.
Go ahead and argue with that point. We're used to it. We're married.
Okay, but
You're in big trouble, mister.
Always.
Oh, the tone. You got the tone.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
You know,
Okay.
all women can do that. It's just, I don't know why.
It takes years of practice. I know some people that can't.
I don't know one.
I've mastered the look, though.
Oh, you
Well,
can do
and
the
I-
tone too, Don. I've heard
yes,
the
I
tone.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going down that hole with you, Mark. So,
Okay, well, thanks anyway.
All right. You know what you're thinking? Because actually what you've heard is that somebody said once upon a time that somebody had done that. They called the show and said, oh, I heard somebody had did that. But,
the person who read the fact
Yeah.
this time mistakenly reread it. It was a fact that we've done before. And I don't want to mention the person who read it.
Okay, I did. I didn't.
No, I mean it, but it wasn't marked up. So we just reread a fake fact over, and that's why it seems real. Actually, quite tricky on our part. We did it on purpose. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you anyway.
Thank you for calling. Oh, hold it. We got a caller poll for you, though. Did we
I'm sorry?
We have a caller poll for you, Annette.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, here's according to the American Animal Hospital Association, 33% of pet owners admit talking to their pets on the phone and leaving messages for them on their answering machines. And 55% of them admit to kissing their pets. Do you leave messages for your pets on your phone, or do you talk to them?
I talked to him on the phone.
Do they answer back?
Well, I don't know. Do we have any psychiatrists listening? Because I'm a little worried about making that statement.
No, see, everybody that's here are psychotic. So come on, join the party.
Oh, well, they don't actually answer, but their ears perk up. I have witnesses to that.
Oh,
there you go.
So you make them perky.
Yeah. I'm not going there either. Okay.
Do you kiss them?
Of course.
So you make them perky and then you kiss them.
Stop it.
You know, I think we're done with this conversation.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling, Annette. We
You
appreciate
thought
it.
you were in trouble before, mister. Now you've gone over the line.
I've been in trouble so many times in my life, it's scary. Hey, thanks for calling, Susan. We really do
Thank
appreciate
you.
it, Annette.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Suzanne. Hey, Suzanne, listen to us on KFAB. How you doing?
Hi.
Okay, so you think you know what scorpions and cat pee have in common?
Yeah, I think so. My daughter gave me this answer. If you put black light on both of them, they'll both glow in the dark.
You're absolutely correct. Congratulations, Suzanne. You said your daughter gave you the answer?
Yes.
Your
Put them
daughter
in the dark.
is very bright.
Your daughter, Randy, how old is Randy?
Randy just turned 13.
Okay.
Congratulations, Randy. All right. Woo. Well, that's okay, fine.
Suzanne, what kind of pets do you and Randy have?
We have a hamster and a rat.
Ah, very good. I think we can come up with some critter love treats for your hamster and your rats. How does that sound?
Ah,
Very good.
I think you'll like that.
Oh, excellent. I tell you what, we'll put you holding, get your information, and get your prizes out.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Okay, so my accolation was a little.
It's like Mark's gone wild.
Woohoo! Well, I'm 44 years old. What do you want? I mean, that's as wild as it gets anymore, okay?
Decision. Mark got a prostate exam. Woo! That's just funny, Mark. That's so weak.
We're here for you in any way we possibly can because we know people have animals and people have problems. We fix the problems. You keep the animals. The world's happy. Everything's wonderful. Here on Animal Talk. Let's do an email, Dr. Brad.
Okay, well, we have two possible emails. We have an email about snakes, which is just about snakes, and we have a discussion email, if you'd like.
Oh, let's do a discussion email.
All right. This one starts out, Dear Dr. Davis.
You've got mail, baby, yeah.
This is a person who read a column I wrote about ill-tempered pets and says, I've been a dog lover all my life, but lately I've noticed a trend of naughty dogs. Part of it, I'm sure, is the owner's handling of their pets. I was wondering if you could give any advice of how to avoid being bit by a dog. I take daily walks in my neighborhood. I've been lunged at by 3 different dogs over the past 18 months. These dogs were running around loose in their front yards and were, I'm sure, defending their territory. In 2 of the cases, the owners of the dogs laughed off their pet's behavior as play. I've owned dogs and been around them forever. I know enough of body language to distinguish play from aggression.
Yeah, I love it. I love my little naughty pet. You're naughty.
There you go. Her husband helped save her on both occasions when the dogs attacked. Now she finds she's afraid of dogs and doesn't like them anymore. And she's puzzled why she's been attacked 3 times in such a short amount of time, and she's getting a reputation of being afraid of pets in her neighborhood. So the question is, I'm hearing more and more about this all the time. What I'm wondering is, what's the cause? Is it because people are not taking care of their pets better? And what can you do to save yourself when you're being...
Well, I don't want to say that it's because they're not taking care of their pet, because they may be taking their dog to the vet and they may be doing everything that's required by veterinary standards, as far as vaccinating, heartworm, all that good stuff.
Feeding them and all that kind of stuff.
They so it's not necessarily a matter of taking care of. I think it's more along the lines of too many people being in denial. We see that. I mean, you've seen the animals that come into the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times when I spend a half hour or so talking to them about their animal's behavior, I can tell that most of them don't believe me.
Right.
And it's because they don't want to. And I do believe that, especially the way that she worded this is, the people will laugh it off like, oh, they're just playing. I think a lot of people are in denial about that, and they're not being as responsible as they absolutely can.
Well, we had friends of ours who rescued a dog from the Humane Societies. They brought it home and knew the dog had aggressive problems, and they had a 2-year-old or 3-year-old child. But they brought the dog home, and they were working with the dog. They worked with the trainer for months and months and months. And what ended up happening is the dog seemed to be fine with the family. Mm-hmm. They hired a babysitter. Mm. The babysitter took the child out to the park, brought the child back, and came home. And the dog went for the babysitter, bit her on the ankle and the back of the leg. And the woman decided that she was going to have the dog put down because at this point couldn't trust the dog,
right?
And didn't feel that she should take the dog back to a shelter and pass this problem to somebody else,
right? And a lot of people don't do that.
And you know what was so amazing is how many people and family and friends berated her. What did the babysitter do to cause the dog to attack?
Right. And now, see, this is the thing, though. What people don't understand is dog language can be very subtle. Now, it could have been in the dog's mind a provoked attack.
Right.
But who are we to say?
And how if the average person cannot judge it instantly?
And you can't. There are some dogs. I mean, I've encountered many dogs that are very hard to read. Where 1 minute, you're thinking, okay, yeah, he's not giving me the funny look and everything, and the doctor will come into the room and the dog will go after him. The dog didn't give me any sign of that, no indication when I saw the dog. The dog came up to me, I was petting it, everything was fine.
It's that stink of death that's around all the vets.
Well, but see, we have that too. We all work at the bad place, and it's something that I think a lot of people are really, I think what it is they're in denial. Her family, your friend's family, berating her for doing, she did what was right. She was being responsible.
Absolutely.
Let me go a little bit further here. I think the problem, we're talking about the owners. We're putting it on the dogs, but I think it is on the owners. A few years ago, we had a gunshot this weekend. We were talking about it a little earlier, but the thing is, we had a gunshot of a Rottweiler. This man would let his Rottweiler run around the neighborhood.
Well, that's why I said responsible pet owners.
He lets the dog run around. The dog, it was a very nice dog, but it runs up to a guy, looks at him. The guy pulls a handgun from under his coat, points it at the dog's head, and shoots. Now, the dog survived. It just skidded over his scalp. But I mean, it's just amazing. There's no way this dog could have survived. But the point is that, number one, here's a prescription. Fence, apply liberally. And the second thing is, think about moving. There's people walking around carrying guns. But the thing about it is...
And it ain't Texas, baby.
Right.
But the thing about it is...
Jamie at animaltalkradio.com for those of us...
No, in Texas, they got pistols. That's what they do.
That is
carry
true.
them
They
around.
can.
In Detroit, that's not so much.
Yeah, the thing...
Oh, yeah?
Well,
okay.
The point that I'm making, though, is that the person was horribly upset,
Right.
but it was their own fault. If your dog is in your yard, no one's going to be scared of it and put a bullet in its head.
Right.
I mean, and that's just
a
the fact.
responsible pet owner would be taking the necessary precautions to make sure that their dog, because, and it really doesn't matter how friendly the dog is. There are people out there that are scared of dogs. They live in your neighborhood. If you have a big dog, which I do, and she is possibly one of the sweetest dogs in the world and wouldn't hurt a fly, but because of her size,
people don't know
people are terrified of her.
My advice is anybody who is around, if I see a dog that's unaccompanied on a leash, I assume the dog is dangerous.
Yes.
I immediately assume that.
You should.
And I throw rocks to get it away. I'll make sure that it stays away from me. I mean, just to scare the dog away, because I don't want the dog coming around my family now.
I usually scream like a girl and run.
Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Unless you can get into a tree quicker.
Because that prey drive thing kicks right in, and you're pretty much toast.
Yeah.
Yorkie! Didn't you had a dog that was at a different level making a mess in your yard, wasn't it? And that just made for bad neighbor relations, but it wasn't a dangerous thing, but it just made you hate your neighbor.
Yeah, Jamie's yard was something to poop on.
Yeah.
No, but Jamie brought up a great point. Never scream and run and shaking the hands and all that good stuff. When you approach a dog, because this was another part of her letter to you, when you're walking and there's a strange dog approaching you, do not make eye contact. Do not. That is a challenge in dog language. If you can, turn your front away from the dog, kind of have your side more to them. That's a very non-threatening stance to have a dog approach you in. Don't say anything. Just stand there very still like a statue. You're in statue mode. You don't move. You can raise your arms up over your head, or you can leave them down at your side. You really never try to call a dog to you. That's the other thing. And it's so hard because you really do want to save some of these dogs that are roaming free, but you never know what you're going to get. I had a chow chase me to my house.
Yeah. Well, what about when the dog comes up to you and you're scared and you pee yourself? Is that a good move?
If you're dressed as a hydrant, it's fine. The dog will join in, then you'll have something in common.
Oh, my.
But no, if you hold still, and if you are attacked, get down flat on your belly, cover your head, and and just let them chew your butt. But your butt will grow back.
Yeah.
You know this, don't you?
Yes.
Brad's butt's been bit more time than
first-hand knowledge. Yeah, you want to make yourself as least threatening in appearance as you possibly can.
And if you want to see Brad's butt chewed on, you can go to animaltalkradio.com, click on the pictures page, and go right to classic favorites.
Yes.
Now wait, we should point out this is not a video game. This is not where you will actually see my butt chewed on. You will see where it was chewed on.
It's the bruise. It's the after effect. It's not watching Brad being chewed. We've thought about setting up the camera and catching that, but
the Pac-Man sound.
When animals attack Brad.
Don't forget, we still have the fact or fiction out there. 2 facts. One of them is true. One of them is a lie. You got a 50-50 shot. And you got to the end of the hour, then we're giving the answer away, and no one goes home with a prize this hour. Oh, no, we did give one away. We could give 2 away. Okay, fact 1. Mountain chickens used whipped skin secretions to make their nest.
Fact number 2. Stop that.
Yes, that's nasty.
Remember, the uncomfortable's always free here at Animal Talk.
All right. Fact number 2. A Florida state senator introduced legislation to make the word skeeter a legal synonym for mosquito.
Can I have the skin secretion soup, please? 1-800. All right,
let's America.
Yeah, thank you.
Chris calling from Hartford, Connecticut. Listen to us on the internet. What can we do for you today, Chris?
Not much. How are you?
Wild and crazy.
Beautiful. Got a little home-related issue. My wife wants a dog. I am one of those people who are slightly scared of dogs. I was treed by 5 wild dogs when I was camping.
And every one of them were Cujo.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, we tried getting a beagle, which is, I mean, harmless enough. We went through a reputable rescue agency up in New Hampshire, and we brought him home, and he was okay for a couple weeks. He started acting up. We figured it was just him adjusting to his environment. Took him to training, worked with him at least a half hour to 45 minutes daily.
Good.
Plus training twice a week. And he got progressively worse. He was fine when we were at training sessions. We'd get him home, and he would respond to my wife and not me. And then it got to the point where I would go to even just give my wife a hug when I came home from work, and he would lunge at me.
Oh, boy.
Well, you know, I always tell people...
Maybe your wife was doing some extra training when you weren't around.
You never know.
When the bad man comes in... Just,
I always tell people beagles aren't for everyone because they do have a strong personality. It is a lot of them do believe that, hey, if you're not going to be the boss, I will. And they certainly, a lot of them do have that personality in them. So I'm not terribly surprised to hear that this happened with the beagle. So I'm guessing that you're wondering what would be a good breed for you.
Something that my wife would enjoy, because she had a
pug.
They're
Pug,
very
yeah.
happy little dogs, full of energy. Boston Terrier, Maltese, Bichon, Golden, yeah.
Golden.
Now, yes, Goldens are great. They are big. We were naming a lot of small breeds, thinking you'd start out small and work your way to the bigger breeds. But
You can hit a golden in the head with a rock and a goal. Can we play that game again?
Yeah, right.
They
yeah.
take your lifestyle on. They're great dogs.
Yeah, they really are.
I hope that helps you out, my friend. Thanks for calling, Chris. By the way, the true fact is the skin secretion chicken.
The skin secretion.
That was true?
That was true.
That's pretty gross, wasn't it?
Oh, my God.
Skin secretion chicken jacket. Sandwich.
Hey, if you enjoyed this hour of Animal Talk, don't worry. We're going to do it to you all over again.
Thanks for being with us for another episode of Animal Talk. Make sure you do all those podcast things in the podcast places. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. We hope you had a little fun along the way. Make sure you head on over to wearingfunny.com. You can grab yourself some gear to show off what a proud pet parent you are. Are you a cool cat mom? Are you a happy doggy daddy? We got all the gear just for you. Hats, shirts, all kinds of swag. Wearingfunny.com. Go check it out and show yourself a little animal pride with Animal Talk. Once again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. Have an exotic week and kiss your wild thing for us.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Bye-bye.